are tuned in to your dose of positivity. To gain further support, join my channel membership. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everyone, how is everybody doing? Happy Friday to everyone. I am Marlene of Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, and mindset shifting. If you're new here, subscribe to this channel and become part of the Motivators family. I love to have you over here. And welcome and happy Friday to everybody. I hope all is well with you in your life, in your world. So today we're going to be talking about, some dating advice, some dating tips. We're going to get into all of that. So whether you are new in your current relationship, you're looking and searching for a relationship, or you have been in a relationship for years, we should always be dating somebody that we care about. You should always be spending that time with the person that you care about, okay? So we're going to go to the chat and see who is in the chat. We have Colton. Hi, Colton. How are you doing? Welcome. Hi, Rudy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys could please like and share this, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, today we're going to be I'm going to be giving some advice, some tips from some things that I definitely had to learn as I have grown as a woman and kind of stepped away from the negative and stepped into the positive. And first off, I have to start off by saying, this advice that I give is based on my experiences and some of the things that I think will help to enrich not only you searching and looking for somebody, or if you're with somebody, making the relationship better, but it really helps us as grown women and grown men to be a better person to be in a relationship with. Okay, I think I'm back. It was buffering for a second, but it looks like I'm back. Hey, Estad, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. You're at work. Awesome. Happy Friday to you. Hi, Miss Nancy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So I definitely wanted to come on and to, share some dating advice from experience, not only my experiences, but experiences of my girlfriends and people that I know that are mature people and at a good place in their life. So, yeah, all of that. Hi, actually, Aubrey Podcast. Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Appreciate you being here. If you guys could all hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I get it, East. I know you're busy. Thank you so much. Okay, so I definitely wanted to come in and share my experiences with you all and for us all to be at a level because every single person, man or woman, deserves to be in a happy, healthy relationship. Unfortunately, sometimes some relationships are not happy and healthy. They're toxic. They pull from us, they take from us. So I don't mean just to be in a relationship, but to be in a relationship with somebody that encourages you, motivates you, loves you, sees the best in you, and is your biggest encourager, your biggest cheerleader, your biggest sidekick. That should be the person that you trust the most. And unfortunately, just because you have been in a relationship with somebody does not make them the best person for you. So, we're going to get into talking about some of the things that I feel is amazing to talk about for some dating advice, some of the best dating advice that I have gotten, and also some things that I've learned from just being out there. Okay. And the first tip that I would give is be ready to be dated. I think that that's important. We have to first align our mind, our body, and our spirit. All have to be in a space where we're actually a person who would somebody actually want to date us. And we think a lot of times, yeah, I'm ready to be dated, but have you worked on your own self personally? Have you worked on your mental health? You know, those skeletons in the closet, unresolved issues, anger issues, those emotional things that, we get so upset and angry about. How we learn to keep our calm, keep balanced, even keeled. And those are some of the things that happens to us as we mature. So I feel like it's only appropriate to start off this discussion saying one of the best dating advice is, are you ready to be dated? Um, and it doesn't matter if you are seeking and searching for a person or you have been in a relationship for a long time. When we improve the quality of ourselves, like we start working on our own mental health, we work on our spirit, taking our time to connect to what our spiritual side is. When we know how to control our emotions and not make every single thing emotional, not getting upset at the drop of a dime, knowing how to control our anger, being a good listener, all of that of which is important part of dating. See, we first have to be the person who is ready. We have to be ready. We have to work on ourselves. See, what people do wrong is they go out and they look and search for somebody to help them to be a better person. When no, you personally have to work on yourself. And whether you are new to looking for somebody or you have been in a relationship for years, this is advice that can work for every single person. When we are happier, healthier, more stable individuals, we will be happy and healthier in a relationship. Um, And I feel like that's some of the best advice that I got, that my mentor gave me, my therapist gave me, my parents who were married for over 50 years gave me that advice too. If you're not in a good space in your life, you will not be good in a relationship. And that's just it, point blank, period. Are you ready to be dated? Okay. Are you ready to be dated? Okay. Thank you so much, Eastad. Yes, you guys chat with each other. Hey, Shay Love, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. And we got a member and a mod in the house. I really do appreciate you. Yes, hit the like on the way in. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Definitely, ESAT. And I know that they usually say that that's something for women, but I think it applies to both sexes. For women, we have to not use emotions as a blank, like everything that happens, we just become upset and angry about everything, like in order to get our own way, and that's not good. And also, on the other side, for a lot of times men, being very aggressive with our emotions, controlling, that's not good either. We both have to be, a woman and a man both have to be at a place where they know how to control not only their emotions, but they're actually able to be in a good space mentally, that they can mentally know how to handle being in a relationship with all of the issues of life and the issues of working on the relationship. See, until you are at a space in your life, okay? Okay. Until you are in a space in your life where you're ready to be accountable, mature, you have connected spiritually, whatever your spiritual belief is. You know yourself, you know what you want, you know how to be your own friend. You're not dependent on anybody else. See, you have to first start off being happy, whole, and mature before you even go out there and look for somebody else. And that is real talk, 100% motivators. I'm not here to play games with anybody. We have to be ready in our mind, in our mindset, in our capability, in how we talk, how we communicate. And until you know how to do those things, it will not be good for a relationship. So we're starting out this discussion talking about accountability. We have to be a whole grown woman, or we have to be a whole grown man, ready and being able to say, this is what I do, and I take accountability for that. I know how to say I'm sorry. I know how to do good. I know how to think about another person. I'm mentally capable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've worked on myself. I've worked on my skeletons in the closet because I'm not taking it into this relationship, because it's nobody else's job to make uh, us happy. It's nobody else's job to fix what happened to us. That's our job as grown women and grown men. Okay? Yes. That's good. That's good, ESAD. I think that that's important. We have to be mature. Being mature and knowing how to control our emotions is key to actually keeping the relationship going. Yes, Miss Nancy, very important on both sides. And I hear it a lot of times that it's women who always have the issue with emotions. And it can be in a lot of instances. But what I personally think it is being mature. And that means, not embarrassing the other person, not throwing them under the bus, not making them feel insufficient or not flying off the handle because things don't go your way. I mean, two mature people coming together ready for whatever is next, settling down, getting married, or whatever it is that you personally want. So, yeah, you personally have to be ready to be dated. And I don't really hear that given as advice a lot of times from people. but I believe it's 100% true reason why a lot of people don't make it in their romantic relationship, in dating, in marriage, because they go into the relationship only pointing fingers at the other individual, but they're not pointing any at theirs. What do I do? Who am I? What do I add to the relationship? Am I a blessing or am I a curse? How do I aid? What do I bring to the table in this relationship? Those are some of the questions that we need to be asking ourselves. What is my love language? What am I about? Um, what do I do that makes me an asset in a relationship? So when you actually find somebody who is worth the time, you already know. You can tell I do this, I do this, I do this. And I can say previously in my other relationship, I definitely didn't know what I brought to the table because I had not worked on myself yet. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know how to be mature. I didn't know how to handle my emotions. Thus, you can see how many problems will happen. And I'm grown enough, I'm mature enough to say that because it's the truth. It's reality. A lot of times we get into relationships just to be in a relationship, just to say, I have somebody. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is to have somebody that you are aligned with, somebody that you can grow together, somebody that you can receive blessings, somebody that you are elevate or you're going on the same road, maybe not doing the same things, but you guys can work together for the better good of whatever your goal or your plans are. So, yeah, that's very important. Yeah, so before we talk about getting into the dating advice, I wanted to start off this discussion by saying that are you ready to be dated? Whether you are in a relationship, you're looking for a relationship, it doesn't matter whether you're married or you're just seeking to be married. You first have to know yourself. You first have to work on yourself. You have to be mature. And yeah. And that's just honest. I'm just being 100% honest and transparent. Miss Nancy says, yes, being open and honest about strengths and weaknesses. Yes. Um, a lot of times we don't want to be honest about our weaknesses because we just feel like that shows that inadequate, but it's not. The reason why you should know what you're strong and where you are weak, because the other person should be the complete opposite. What your strength is could be their weakness, and what their weakness is your strength. So as long as you align together, like what's that game that used to be a long time ago in the 80s, the Rubik's Cube. So however it turns, you're always there to fill in each other's gaps and whatever it is, and being very supportive. It doesn't have to be the same. You don't have to always agree. You don't always have to have the same opinions, and that's okay. That's what makes a good relationship work. Knowing how to support and be there for each other. So let's get into this discussion, everybody. And I'm going to give you some of the best dating advice that I have ever been given. Let's start with point number 2. When you are initially are meeting somebody and you're talking to them, getting to know them, it's very important to trust your gut instinct. And what is that? For some people say it's your conscience. Some people say it's your spirit. Some say it's the feeling that you get on the inside. It's that initial, like, what do you think about them initially? Do you say, I don't know about this one? Do you say, I don't know if I could trust them? I don't know if I could see a future. I always say, when you get your first initial gut instinct, this is what we should listen to. See, the issue a lot of times is that we feel something inside, like something, I don't know, something doesn't feel right. I don't know if this is going to work, or I don't know if I like them, or I'm not sure, I'm not really attracted to them, or whatever the issue is. Most of the time, that first initial instinct that we have is usually right spot on. And I can say for myself, I've had an instinct where something, I was just like, something is not right, but you still push forward because you want it to work. You don't want to listen to other people. People may even warn us about a person. Do you see this about them? Do you see that about them? And we don't want to listen because we want what we want. We believe what we believe. And yes, sometimes it could be some people being jealous. It could be some people trying to sabotage your relationship. But I always say pay attention when your gut tells you something is not right. It's something about them. It's some little sneaky thing, some little thing I just don't know yet. I can't put my finger on it. But a lot of times we don't listen to that gut instinct when it tells us something is not right. Try your best when you have that gut instinct that something is not right. Listen to it. It's usually guiding us to protect us from emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and financial pain. I know for myself, I wish that I had made some better decisions when I was warned. When somebody told me, when my spirit said, "Stay away," said, "Don't go back, don't answer that phone call, don't go out on a date with them again." But I push forward, I move forward, and I know many people do that because we don't want to be wrong about a person, especially when we like a person. We said it's gonna work, and I have to say that no, people are not going to change. How you see somebody is how they are going to be. So trust that gut instinct. It's usually right on point and will tell us when something is wrong and something is off. Okay. And I say this with love. I say this with friendship, you're a sister in your head, a auntie, a mom, depending on your age. Because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made, wanting what you want, and then you can see something is not right. You can see that that person is not ready. You can see that that person doesn't want to be in a relationship. That person is not a loyal person, especially if it's somebody who always has their eyes roving. They're not ready to settle down with you, or they're showing like snakish tendencies. That's my word, snakish, very low to the ground, very low down, watch them because you don't know what they're going to do next. So if your gut instinct is telling you that something is not right about a person, this is something, I don't know, but it's something. Or if you know that it's not somebody that you align with, it just doesn't mesh well. You don't get along good with them. Trust your gut instinct when it tells you that, and we have to stop ignoring it. Okay. Hey, Steph Silly's podcast. Hi, Rochelle. How are you doing? Welcome. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Miss V. How are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys being here, and happy Friday to everybody. Yes, it's so important for us to trust your gut instinct. I feel like it's vital to your happiness. Because I can say when I was younger, when I didn't know myself, when I didn't know my worth, when I didn't know what I deserved, I would feel if something's not right, something makes me feel uncomfortable, or some manipulation, or some sneaky thing that they would do, or the way they would treat other people. And I didn't like it, but I would close my eyes to it. I would, like, okay, or I know what I done, blame myself. And especially if they are a person who has those type of manipulative tendencies, they will start already blaming you because of what is going on instead of them accepting the responsibility. So that's something that we're going to get into in a little bit, but be careful. And if your gut tells you something is not right about a person, listen to it. Your gut never goes wrong. Also, your spirit, based on whatever your spiritual, beliefs are. But I definitely think before you get serious about a relationship, you need to connect with this spirit and see what this spirit is telling you. Is this a person that aligns well with me? Is this somebody that I can grow with? Is this somebody that, is going to be good for me? Is this somebody benefiting me? Do they have their head on right? How do they treat other people? We need to know those things. And usually it's right in the gut. Our gut is telling us, but will we pay attention? Will we listen? So it does require us to have some humility. Yes. Okay. Miss V says, trust your gut. Yes. Too many of us need and want proof. And you know what, Miss V? I can say that when I was younger and when I was immature, I always wanted proof. And you're not always going to get proof. You won't always get proof. Maybe it may not be till years later. But if you feel, okay, if something doesn't feel right, if someone is always making excuses, but they never are making changes, it's always they're blaming other people, that's not a good sign for a healthy relationship. That sounds like somebody who still has some work to do on themselves. And I'm not showing throwing shots at anybody, making fun of everybody, but it's the reality. It's better that we face things right here, right now, while you can, before your heart gets involved too deeply. Pay attention before you get involved, get married, and then you say, who in the world did I date? This is a big mistake. I got to get away. And we don't want to do that. Let's not wait. You see something, pay attention to it. See what else I missed? Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we have Writers for Life, Miss Rachel in the building. Thank you so much, everybody. Warmly welcome everybody who is in here. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope all is well for everyone. Now, let's get into point number 3. This was something that my mom told me, and you don't get it until you get it. Okay, when you're younger, it's you I know what I'm talking about. I don't need my mama to tell me anything. But the ones that are older, wiser, they have experienced things, they have seen things, and even other people. Sometimes when you're in it, when you care about somebody, when you like somebody, you don't see those things about somebody that may not be the best. So it's very important when you are talking to somebody, when you're dating someone, getting to know somebody initially, don't rush things. And I feel like that's an issue with today's society. We live in a microwave society where everybody wants everything to go so fast. Hurry up, when you need to slow down and really pay attention. What is that I see? Did I see what I thought I saw? And don't try to change your mind if you see something. Say, I saw that and I don't like that. Take your time and see if this is somebody that aligns with you emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Is this somebody you can grow with? Is this somebody you can build with? I'm talking about long term, lasting, loving relationships. I'm not talking about somebody that you're just meeting up for a hookup, or somebody you just meeting up, or somebody you can have just as a roommate. I'm talking about a good relationship. I'm talking about somebody that you can build with, somebody that you can grow with, a lifelong partner. Okay. And that means, doing your research and taking your time before you get your emotions involved. I think that can be an issue a lot of times. We get so involved, you just meet somebody maybe a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and I hear people talking about, I love them. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They let their emotions cloud things because they're trying to rush. They want things. They're people who they just met somebody 2 or 3 weeks and they're already planning for a wedding. And I'm saying, no, 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 no. Please don't do that. You don't want to rush a decision that is going to affect the rest of your life. And let me say something also. When you rush things, you also are going to involve your children, future children, your siblings, other relatives. When whoever you get involved with, your whole family gets involved with it as well. So take your time and make sure it's somebody that you align well with, and your spirit is like, yes. And we can only do that by taking our time, paying attention and not just going by emotion, because we get the emotion of, oh, I like him, I like her. And it just starts off like that. Or you skip ahead from even the emotions and you go straight from meeting somebody and you jump to the bed. Okay, pump your brakes, everybody. Pump your brakes. A really good relationship, it's not going to be a rush to get to the bedroom. You're going to want to make sure that this is somebody that, okay, do they have their mind on right? You don't want to hook up with somebody and then you're like, hmm, I went too fast on that one. I should have waited. See, I'm speaking this as a mature woman. I'm speaking to all of the younger ones, even the older ones. You deserve somebody who will respect you. You deserve somebody who will wait. You deserve somebody who will listen to you. You deserve somebody who will not control you. And if you find the right person, they will be willing to take their time to get to know you. There's no rushing. There's no rushing, because if they want you, if they want to be around, they will wait as long as you need. So take your time, everybody. Let's not rush. Let's not rush. We're not doing that. Okay. Hello, puzzle pieces. How are you doing? Welcome. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Happens that happens so often, especially when we are broken and still hurt from past relationships. Exactly, Miss Nancy, exactly. And that's the reason why I said it's so important to take your time, and in that, this is where we, okay, I'm not going to bring up what my ex did, what this person, what my daddy did, my uncle, my brother, my cousin, this, that. When we bring unresolved issues to the table, that makes our relationship more hard, even more difficult. So it means, okay, am I in a good space in my life? Do I know myself? You know? Yep. That's funny. I like that you said. That's good. Okay, so let's get into point number 4. Okay, and I feel like this is very important when we talk about, dating advice. Look for the red flags. And it's not to be a negative person, it's to be a person who is real. If you cannot handle something when you just initially get to know somebody, it's not going to change. And my dad said something that is so true that I have found. If you can't handle something initially that somebody does, like in the beginning, oh, it's so cute, but later on it irritates you. hmm, a lot of times you're not thinking properly. You're just going by your emotions. You're going by passion, desire, lust. You're not going thinking logically. You've allowed your emotions to cloud over everything. So it's the things that will sweep everything that you shouldn't sweep under the rug, like, somebody lying to you, somebody, what are they doing for work? Are they working? Are they bringing in income? um Love does not pay the bills. Let's be real and honest. Love does not pay the bills. Okay, so you have to see, are they a person, do they keep a regular job? What is it that they do? Or are they persons who job hop? Do they have an anger problem? Can they control their emotions? Are they always angry? How do they treat their relatives? Are they known to be to make a mess all the time, like a drama king or queen? Or are they a calm individual? All of these things are very important to look at when we first meet somebody, not for it to be a surprise later on. And I get it that sometimes people can play games with us and hide things, but if you really pay attention, like really pay attention to what somebody does, you will see those red flags. You'll see it. Open up your eyes. And it's very important to have somebody on the outside, somebody that you really can trust to say, what do you think about them? And then be ready for the response. I don't mean a relative, I mean somebody on the outside that has nothing to do with you. They're not a relative. They're a mentor. They're somebody. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Don't be afraid to have somebody talk about your relationship on somebody on the outside that has nothing to do with your relationship. Okay, because you would rather, it's better to know now than to find out later, when your heart is involved, when probably you went aside that dotted line and said, I do, you marry them and later on say, what in the world? Who did I marry? What have I done? No, we're going to identify and look at the red flags because we are mature, we are wise, we respect ourselves, we love ourselves, we are our own best friend, and we're not going to just fall by the old okey doke, I love you, because that's what many of us do, in dating. Someone says, I love you, your heart gets involved, and you ignore things that you shouldn't. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Oh, that's okay because I love him or I love her. Oh, they're so sweet. They're so cute. They just, but it's not cute when in the real life, when the bills are coming, when you come home and the place is a mess, or you find out the person is lazy, or they can't keep a job, or they're doing X, Y, and Z that you can't stand. It's better to know now. In the beginning, everybody, in the beginning, open your eyes up, everybody, and pay attention. Look for those red flags, okay? Look for them. Yes, rose colored glasses. Marlene, you're so serious in a good way. I am. I really am. I really am. Thank you so much, Nancy. I really appreciate it. So I think I got 3 more points. Three more points. 3 more points. So this is a big one. If the shoe fits, if the shoe fits, wear it. Okay. Now I know being out there in the dating world is so hard. It's so hard to find somebody that you can align with. It's so hard. Okay. But this is a big one. When you meet somebody, especially all of the scamming, all the catfishing, all the drama, all the lies, please don't start off a relationship by giving money. That's not a good sign. That means that person doesn't have their self together. Please don't give money. Don't give money to them. Mm-mm. If it starts off by being money, it could be a thing. Oh yeah, let's date because help me to get my visa, help me to get my green card, help me to get this, help me to get that. And then when they get their self together, guess what? They don't want nothing to do with you. They will use you just to get what they want. And then when they get what they want, they move on with the person that they actually want to be with. It's happened time and time again. Don't give people money, especially through Instagram. People do it all the time. Instagram relationships, or they're dating somebody over Zoom or whatever. They've never seen them. All they've ever seen is pictures. Have you talked to them? Have you seen them face to face, like a video chat? These long distance relationships. We see it all the time. People are being scammed thousands of dollars, and the relationship never works out because it's not real. It's a scam, and it's happening every day. Don't give money to somebody when you're dating. Shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. If somebody needs you to help them, that means it's not going to be good for you, because it will be just like you having a child instead of a relationship. And we don't want that. We want somebody who is going to assist us and help us in other aspects, not somebody to help them to grow up. That means that they're not in a space right now to financially take care of themselves. Do you really want to take up that sort of burden? No, no. You got to have somebody who has it together. And I'm not saying, oh, the person has to be rich or the person has to know, but can they pay their own bills? Do they have their stuff together financially, or are they depending on you to help them? Do they have their own home or apartment? Do they have their own car? It's certain things that has to be right with somebody. And it's not until you spend some time, like I said, take your time, get to know them, and you'll find out those things, whether you can deal with that person or not. Okay. It's very important. Okay. We have Miss Tamika in the house. Welcome, Tamika. Happy Friday. How are you doing? Welcome in. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Tracy. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Got my members in the house, got mods in the house. Really do appreciate you guys. And if you guys have not already, please hit the like. I'd really appreciate it. So I want to leave that up for a few more seconds. Whoever didn't see it, please don't give people money. Please don't give them money. That means they're not ready. And I know that it's hard sometimes because we want to be in a relationship, but don't give money. Don't give money. It means that they're not right. They're not in a good space. And you deserve to have somebody who is in a space to support themselves. And when they can support themselves, then they can support you. But if they are depending on you to pay their light, their water, their rent, their car payment, this, that, they're not ready. They're not ready. And I know it doesn't sound nice. It's not something nice for me to say, even, but it's the truth. Don't give money. It's different, once you start dating somebody for a while, you want to buy, the person you're dating a gift. That's fine. But I mean, you have to be funding their future, like light bill, water bill, this bill, that bill, this. Help me, help me, help me. We don't do that, motivators. We don't do that. No, not giving money. Don't do it. Don't do it. Did I say don't do it? Don't do it. Okay. Let's go to point number 6. And this is the last point. I'm going to put the link in here for Miss Puzzle Pieces. Okay. All right. And point number 6 is if you can handle it now, it will not improve. If you can't handle it now, it will not improve. See, the whole thing is that we think sometimes in a relationship, I can change them. I can change them. And I know what I'll do. And you come up with this plan. I'll be kinder. I'll be sweeter. I'll do that. And we think because of our kindness, because of our love, because how we treat them, it will make them better. Mm-mm. When someone is toxic, when someone is not ready, when somebody is not capable, when somebody is not whatever, that means you need to move along. It means you need to leave them alone. They're not ready. They don't deserve you. See, if only we believed in ourselves enough, believed in ourselves more to say that. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be respected. I don't deserve to be used. I don't deserve to be talked down to. No, no, no. Don't. You don't have to. You don't have to be with them at all. A lot of times they'll think, oh, well, then I don't want to be with. Good, good, good. Then move on. Goodbye. Okay? Remember, you're the asset. Respect yourself. Know your worth, everybody. Thank you so much. Actually, Aubrey, I really appreciate that. And it's something that I didn't put up here in my points. If you can't handle it now, it will not improve. But I should have put it as point number 7, but I was in a rush getting ready. But point number 7, make sure that you're aligned spiritually. Whatever it is that you believe or don't believe, it's important for you to be aligned spiritually. And whatever it is, because you wouldn't want, I believe this, oh no, and then it's the argument. It's called being aligned. Okay, be aligned spiritually. Know whatever it is, I believe this, you believe that, we can agree, it will work, then that's fine. Or you both don't believe, that's fine. Whatever it is, as long as you both can get along in that aspect. But you don't want it to be like, I believe this and then you believe that and I don't agree with that, and you're always arguing about the spiritual thing. That's not good. You have to have an alignment. The alignment with the spirit is essential, and when you have the alignment with the spirit, you align in many other aspects as well. So just a part of, and that's a part of point six. If you can't handle it now, it will not improve. It will get worse. So make sure you align and you both are okay. That's that's so important. And that's something that, I had a dear friend. She told me that make sure you align spiritually. A lot of times we'll go through all of those other steps and you rush, you get married, and then you get married and you're like, I'm going to church. I'm not going to church. Or I don't believe. And you said, but I do believe. And then you're always arguing. And then if you have children that come in, you believe this for children and they don't believe that for children. It becomes a headache. And we don't want that sort of problem. So before it gets serious, make sure you align, okay? And you both are okay. Yes, ma'am, Miss V. Hi, James Money. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome. So I'm to the point right now where if anybody has some great tips for dating. I know I can't put all of the advice out there, and this is not an all-inclusive list, but just the major things that I think that is important for us to discuss. Respecting each other, commitment, loyalty, hardworking, the spiritual alignment. Um, you know, knowing yourself, knowing thyself is so important and essential before getting in a relationship and also in staying in a relationship. If you're not okay, you're going to make the person that you're with miserable. So until you know yourself and love yourself and respect yourself, you cannot know, love, and respect another person. So, yeah. So that's what I had from here. I put the link in there if Miss Puzzle Pieces would like to come up. If not, I'm going to bring this to an end. Um, and I just want to say to all of you guys who are actually looking to date somebody, interested to date somebody, um, pay attention. Look at the red flags, and don't let other people tell you who is a good person, because I hear that all the time for dating, people dating. Oh, that's a good person because that's a person that they would like to date. That's a person who they align with. But you have to know who you align with. You have to know what's important on your list. You're the one that's going to live with them. You're the one that's going to have to face the issues and problems, but you got to know that for yourself. hmm You got to know that for yourself. I always say, to all you motivators, dignify yourself, respect yourself. Don't lower your standards, elevate them. I know in this world, a lot of people don't have standards, but your girl, Marlene, we have standards over here because we are motivated, encouraged, and we know our worth. We know our worth. So let me invite my wonderful co-host, Miss Nexie, to the show. Let's welcome her. Hey, Nexie.
Hmm. Hello, Marlene. Hi, chat.
Hi.
How are you today, Miss Marlene?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so
I,
much.
that's wonderful. You're getting ready for the new year to party the
Yes.
night away on our pillows and our cozy blankets.
Yeah. That sounds about correct.
Gr- Great topic, by the way.
Yes. Thank you
Um,
so much,
I think
Nexie.
I
So
want to go ahead, Marlene.
no, I was saying I want to hear your advice, Miss Nexie.
Well, I have had a lot of experiences. I haven't had dating experience that much because I've been married for so long, right? So I haven't really dated. But I am at the other side of the coin, which I've been the friend of people that have dated a lot. And one of the things, and I'm sorry if I'm going to step on some toes right now. So please, everybody,
Your
get
toes.
those, steel toes, those ones we use for
Yeah,
construction.
put your steel toe boots on.
Move them away if you don't. Yeah, if you don't have them, let's put them on right now. But I've been the friend of not friend because like I said, when they're your friends, they behave, I mean, your true friends, they behave a certain way. So I've been acquainted with a lot of people that I see potential in our friendship. But what I have noticed with them is that every time they get into a relationship, they ghost you. You move to the
Mm.
last of the lane of people that they care about. And it's all about the guy. It's all about the person they're dating. And they have no time for you because they're so invested in this new relationship. Um, when don't work out, they come back trying to be your friend all over again. You give them a pass once, and then they do it all over again. You start seeing that pattern. Oh, okay, this is how they are. As long as they're with someone, they don't need any friends until, they're alone, then they start looking for you. And
Yep.
the other side is I've been, friends and acquaintance with people that change completely who they are to please the other person.
Yep.
That bothers me very much, very, very much,
Mhm.
because I feel that in order for you to be successful in a romantic relationship, and including in a friendship, but we're talking about romantics right now. I mean, romantic relationships. In order for you to be successful at it, you need to be yourself, because eventually your true self will come out. And
Yep.
you are lying to the person that you're with by being exactly what they need or what they want, because it's not you.
But that's why I always say be true to yourself.
Exactly, Marlene, because you're entering this relationship on false pretense. This guy is falling in love, or this girl is falling in love with you because you are exactly what they've been looking for, but in reality, you're far from it.
Exactly.
And I've seen people do that time and time again, and it frustrates me, to the point that if they have been my friends and I call it out, I'm like, what is wrong with you? And that's when the friendship ends. Because a lot of times they don't like to hear these things, but it saddens me because like I said, they're going into these relationships on false pretenses. And the person that is with them has no idea how lazy, how dirty, how big procrastinators they are, how unreliable,
Yep.
how many other things that they are. They're going into relationships thinking that this person has it all together. And sometimes they marry them, and it doesn't work out because, again, your true self, if you don't work on you, will come out.
Yep. Yep. And that's why I said for my first point for today was, are you a person who is dateable? Are you date
Yeah,
material? You know? Yeah.
yeah, I saw that, which is why I'm bringing it up now, because um, you cannot start a relationship with someone uh, pretending that everything they do, they say, or they like, you are.
there
That's impossible.
it's a person who, and that's a form of some, what is it called, I can't think of the term, but it's people who mirror. It's
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Like a
a
mirror image.
manipulation. Yeah.
Yeah, it is manipulation. Yes, to get what you want, right? To date
Mhm.
this person, and that this person is going to think that you have it all together. But the point that we're trying to make here is that nothing, even if, let's say, you marry this person and you live in the big house that you wanted it, but since you cannot be yourself, you're going to be miserable,
Mhm.
because you know that the minute your true self comes out, and this person has told you time and time again that they don't like this, they don't like that, they like this kind of person, but you're not that kind of person, when it comes out, it's not going to work out. There's
Mhm.
going to be a lot of problems. because of the lies and manipulations and deceiving that person.
Yep.
And you get tired of pretending to be someone that you're not. I
Yep.
feel that you will.
Mhm. And they always call that when the mask falls off.
Yes, there you go. When the mask falls off. And
Mhm.
I remember a long time ago, I had a friend. He was dating someone, and that he met here, and he was so excited about. He met her at church, and she was such a good and decent girl, and all of those things. But oh man, give me 1 second, Marlene. 1 second.
Okay, sure. Yes. The word he says word I like this. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here and drop your favorite
So
dating
sorry
advice.
about that.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. And so he's excited about this young girl, and she's so good. She's always in church, and the long story short, we're gonna make it here because we have a certain amount of time. Is that he found out that she wasn't really someone that attended church the same way he did, that she was
Mhm.
really just testing the waters in different churches and stuff like that. It was something new for her. And but at this point, they're so invested in that relationship. He was so heartbroken because he was a church, going
He
man.
was a
He
church
loved
goer. Yeah.
church. Yeah, he loved church, and he will volunteer for a lot of things. He is such a good man. And so, he found out like a year into their relationship, because she pretended to continue to like and enjoy and this and that. And he met the family, and they were like, "You're going to church since when?" And, so,
Yeah,
so,
like
oh, you know me, I like church. No, you don't.
yeah, they're like,
So he,
wait,
I can
the
picture this.
past
No,
two
you don't.
weeks.
No, you don't. You hated going to church. You even say you believe in God. I'm just kidding. So, he was so heartbroken because he had been invested in this relationship and looking forward to proposal and everything. I mean, proposing to her and to the proposal for like a few months at that point, and to get disappointed with, she lied to me. And even though they had been going together to church for an entire year, what he heard him was her lie. If she would have been honest and say, you know what, no, this is something new for me, I really haven't been coming to church, this is just something I'm testing. He even said that to me. If she would have been honest with me, I would have been okay with it, because I would have started that relationship with the truth, right? And that's the whole point, is that when you deceive someone, the one that loses the most of that deceivement is you,
Yep,
the deceiver,
yep,
not the person that you deceived. It's you, because you lose a lot of wonderful people because of that.
yeah. Because when you hurt somebody on that level, when somebody trusted you, and then when somebody loses trust in you, that's not something I always say that all the time. And I'm sorry is not gonna make the
Mm-mm.
relationship. Oh yeah, it's okay. Like no.
Especially Marlene, and I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I just want to insert this right now, is that this is an intimate relationship. It's deeper than a friendship. This is two people that are in the most intimate way with one another. So deceiving someone that you're being so close, so open, and so bonded with is what hurts them in the long run if you're not honest.
Yep. That's what happens. Actually, Aubrey says some men do that, trap a woman from church by pretending. And also, I can't say that's also goes on both sides, because I've seen some women do that to men too. Actually,
Yes.
Aubrey, yeah, I've
Yes,
seen it on
Avery.
both
So
sides.
true. So true. They do it on both sides, and that is so sad.
Mhm.
So low.
Yeah, I always say, just be who you are. I think that that's the most important. When you show up as your authentic self, you don't have to like, oh, I gotta do this. It's too much to put on those pretenses. Oh, okay, I gotta go and act like this now because I'm going around them. No, just be who you are.
Exactly, Marlene. You have that friend who likes to, is the one at the club that is doing shot after shot after shot, tequila, having fun, and then they get with someone and they're like, I don't drink. You're like, what?
Oh no,
I really don't
no,
like
I,
to
I,
drink.
I, I go no, I go home and I read my Bible. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, where the fuck
forget
are these
that. I
fucking
really
drawings?
don't like
Let's
to
drink.
drink. I really haven't been a drinker. And I'm like, what?
I was like, I just saw you having your little shots.
What
What?
about the 20 shots I paid for last week? Were they mine? Oh my
Oh my
God.
goodness. Hey, Word, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hey, word. How are you? But you cannot start anything with, with the false self or a false
Dishonesty.
persona. You can't. You have to be you. A lot of times, people try to change you, right? They try to make you either less friendly or less available, or less kind to others, or less of you because they're not the way you are. And even then, you cannot go down that rabbit hole because eventually you're gonna resent the person that tried to change you or that is changing you.
Yep,
So anyone who's going to love you and that you're going to love as well has to accept you for who you are.
yep. And that's why I always say talk about that connection. That connection. Um, Usually you feel it from the very beginning. It's like a pulling force, and that's something that I said from the beginning. Trust your gut instinct. It will tell you right away, like, oh, I don't like him, or I don't like her. I'm not attracted, or whatever bubbles up from the beginning. Usually your gut is telling you something, like I don't
Mm.
like. Why are they acting like this? When you feel something is off and something's not right, you need to listen to that and not say, "Oh, well, maybe it's me," or "No, I don't think so." We talk ourselves out of things that is right on target, you know,
Because we like that person
because we
and we
like them.
want things
Mhm.
to work,
Yeah,
because we feel lonely, or because we want to be in a relationship. But yeah, doing it for like changing who you are for
no,
someone that you want to date is a big mistake, because this person is telling you up front that they're not going to accept anything else, anything, someone like you.
right. And
So doing
you're
that
trying to
is
make
going against
yourself,
you.
yeah,
Doing that is going against you, against who you are, your upbringing, your beliefs, everything. You have to be yourself. Whoever is going to love you is going to love everything about you. Your thing, the good things that you do, your imperfections, your little quirks, and whatever it is that you
yeah,
have, they're gonna love everything about you, or it's not gonna work. And vice versa. You have to love everything about the person that you're getting into a relationship with, or it's not gonna work. It's not gonna last.
yeah, yeah. If you see flaws in somebody, and it's how you perceive the flaw. Is it a character trait about the person, or is it something like toxic? Those are the differences. And if something is a character trait, like it's just something how that person is, it's their personality. That's one thing. But if it's something toxic and dangerous, like a person who's a manipulator, a user, or they're, constantly lying. It's things like that. That's things that it's not something that's not a personality trait. That is somebody you need to run away from and stay away from. They're hazardous and dangerous. And, honestly, I can say that those type of people will affect you in many other aspects. Those people will get you stuck financially. They will not allow you to get into your goals because let me just say, I shouldn't say it like this, but I'm going to say what I want to say. there's a lot of times we get into relationships and being with them is going to make your vibration and your energy low. They are going to get you stuck because they are stuck, because they don't want to grow,
Mm-hmm.
because they're immature. So you have to say, okay, like I like you, but I like myself more. And that's where I had to be in my life too. That you can like somebody all day long, but if somebody is not helping you to elevate and grow, or they're toxic or whatever, you got to leave those people alone. You need somebody who is going to help you to elevate, think positive and all of those things, and be a better human being, not somebody who's always like, oh, and you did this, and like always trying to start something or egging you on, trying to get you, we
Mm-hmm.
don't do
Another
that.
thing, we're not saying, I'm sorry to interrupt, Marlene, but we're not saying that the relationship that you're gonna get into with someone is gonna be perfect. No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no. If something is that perfect, I will run
yeah,
because that is not something I want to be into. What we're trying to say is that you're gonna have your days where you are going to be in a bad mood, when you're not too talkative, when you are pensive, whatever it is that you're going through, be with someone that accepts those different moods of yours. I'm not saying fight all day long or be, frustrated or yelling. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that a relationship is not getting it. It's not, you're not going to get into a relationship for it to be perfect and you complete me. No, you got to be complete
yes.
before you enter this. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I just thought about something. You cannot enter a relationship expecting somebody else to complete you. No, that is the biggest mistake.
Yep.
A relationship is entered because two people get along well, two people accept each other's ups and downs. People accept that there is days where you're going to be more quiet, you're not going to be in the mood of certain things, and they allow you to be yourself, to be that person, and be happy when you're back
Yep.
and okay
Yeah.
with yourself.
They they get
This.
they it's like you give each other room to grow. Like, okay, not a
Hmm.
good day for you. Okay, I'll give you your space in your room. One of the things that it's just me personally, not Nancy, not anybody in the chat, just me personally. But I don't like when I'm in a zone and I just want to like have my quiet time and space. I hate when somebody is always irritated. What's wrong with you today? No, and why are you not talking? And why this? Just leave me alone.
Do you
What's
value
wrong with
your
you? Are
head?
you okay? Do you need something? Do you need something? Something to drink? What did I do wrong? And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, pulling my
Marlene,
hair
I
out.
will ask, do you value your head? Because I'm about to chop it off if you don't leave me alone. Yeah, but you have to be with someone that, it's complementary to you. It doesn't have to be a mirror image of you. That's not healthy. That is, I'm telling you, I will run if somebody
Yeah,
acts just like me. That
if
will
if
freak me out.
they're so perfect, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, my phone is
Gots to
ringing. Oh
go.
yeah, I got an emergency.
Let me
Whoa,
call
I was like,
911 right now. Remove this individual from my premises.
it was like, get out of there, going 90. I'm like, I gotta go.
the, if you have a lot of likes with someone, similarities with someone, you laugh together, you can be yourself around that person. And like I said, it accepts your imperfections because we are all imperfect. The
Mhm.
only perfect person here is up there, not
That's it.
here. He's up
Yep.
there, and we go to him whenever we need him because of his perfection. So there's nobody perfect here
Hmm.
on this earth. We are
Yep.
all imperfect. So if somebody accepts you with whatever it is that you come with your baggage, and you accept them and you can get along and work together, that on itself is enough. No disrespect, no
Yep.
beefing, no nothing like that. That is good enough.
No, not trying to change the person. That's another pet peeve of mine. Like,
Mm.
like I was like, okay, you're talking about this. Okay, what about? this about you. Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you. I'm going to highlight this comment from Estat. He says, why expect perfection in an imperfect? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly, is that. That's exactly what I'm saying. And a lot of people, I've had through the years gone through a lot of different weddings, elaborate weddings, super expensive, super modest. And I noticed that a lot of times they're so focused on that day that they don't even notice that their partner is having a hard time getting there for some reason, right? Because it's nerve wracking. You're going into a commitment of sometimes a lifetime,
Right.
to many people. That's why you get married, right? To be with that person for a lifetime. But, they don't even notice that their partner is having a hard time getting there. They're so focused on the result of the beautiful gown or the beautiful, the nice tuxedo,
The
or the
venue.
friends and the party and the venue and the food, that they go into this relationship as strangers at the end, because a side of you comes out on the preparation of this event that this person has never seen,
Yep.
doesn't even know
Greed.
who he or she is marrying anymore.
You know
And
what
they're
comes out next, see? Greed. Greed.
yes.
Yeah.
And you start seeing that, that side of someone. And I've been to weddings that are super expensive, that, the guy or the gal are working super hard to make happen, because he has 100 people that he wants to invite, or she has 250 that need to come to see her get married, that at the end of the day they end up with a large amount of money owed, not
Yep.
even what they have already spent, but owed, because they have maxed everything out. And
Right.
that's when the problems begin. I've seen people that have gone to a courthouse, gotten
Yeah.
married, and have been together for 25, 30 years.
Right. I'm gonna say something that I think I read in a magazine or something. People are
Should I
so
remove my toes?
no, no, no. It's not something for toes. I just think it's something like a blanket statement that I feel like was so important and very. I think this is very good addition to this conversation. Is so much people put so much effort into the wedding that they don't pay attention to the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
and I was like, yeah, that's so true. They focus on getting married, being engaged, and parties, that they don't focus on who am I gonna be married to? Who
Oh,
are you
yeah.
marrying? Not
or
who are you partying with?
or
Oh,
how is my soon to be bride or groom, how is he feeling? How is she doing? They're so focused on
how
the
is their mental
celebration.
state?
Exactly, exactly. And that's why I'm saying, that I've seen people that just go get it done with, go on a dinner with the family, and they happily ever after. They've been together for years. And I've seen people that get married with this elaborate, weddings and expenses and everything. And 2 years later, they're done.
Yep, yep,
And, like I said, we're not saying that it's impossible, that is not possible for you to have an elaborate and nice wedding, but save before you do that. If you're going to get married and you want a huge wedding, start working a year before, and save all that money and make sure you pay off the wedding right then and there.
yep.
Don't max
That's good
anything
advice.
out. don't don't put it on credit. Don't ask people to help. Just, if you're going to do that, you save up your money and you have a budget, just get it done with. If you want something huge, if that's what's going to make your wedding, your marriage work, a huge wedding. I have to laugh on this. Then you save up and make sure that when you come into your marriage is without any extra.
Hmm.
extra things, like now we have this huge amount of money that because you wanted this huge wedding or because you wanted to invite everybody in the world. So that's when problems start. And you start not recognizing the person you proposed to, or the person you married at that point.
Yeah. Or they put so much emphasis on the ring,
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's another thing.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that so many times. Like they come out, oh look at my ring, look at my ring, look at my ring, and then everybody's looking like, okay, look at your ring, but look at who you're marrying.
Is he
like,
overcompensating? Why
like,
why did he give you that huge ring so you cannot look at him because shine? I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Things can work, but the problem is that sometimes we forget that it's two of us going into, and it's two of us that is going to make it work. So the most important people in this entire, equation is the two of us. That's the only way that relationships work, by being, in tune with each other, by being attentive, aligned, by being there for one another. Forget the world. Make sure that you are compatible when it comes to things like that. I've seen couples, Marlene, that they start dating, and I know that she's a big spender. He's a frugal person, and I'm like, this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Or he's very likes expensive stuff, and she's frugal because she likes to save. And you think, no, this is not gonna work. They propose, and you're like, oh no, 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 this is not good. But you can't say anything, because if they cannot see it, if you say something, you're gonna be the bad guy.
They're gonna blame you for it.
Anything that happens if they don't make it. So you have to kind of keep everything that you're feeling to yourself, pretty much, because it's not going to be good if things don't work out between them.
Exactly, Maxie. So I feel like this is a good place to break for us to go to the after show. I'm about to fix that link up, but thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Any final words?
Whatever I have to say, let's go to the after show. That's when you're gonna hear exactly what I mean.
That's
No, I'm just kidding. No, just make sure that you don't change for anybody else. Stay true to yourself. It's the only way that you are going to be happy, and in return, you're gonna make others happy, because you're gonna be your own self. That's it.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Thank you for having me, Marlene.
Thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Thank you as always. And to everybody who is in the chat, you know how we do over here on Marlene Motivates. We talk about inspiration, positivity, motivation, and this one, self-improvement. It's vital to improve yourself so that you can be happy and healthy in a healthy relationship. Did I say healthy? Yes, a healthy relationship. That's what I want for all of us. Healthy relationships. Thank you, Nexie.
Thank you, Marlene. Bye, chat. See you guys
everybody.
on the real show.
Bye, guys. I'll see you guys on I don't know. I'll see you guys. Turn your notifications on.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.